So remember, yesterday we talked about the characteristics of a circle. So today we're going to talk about the radius and the diameter a little more in detail on how it works according to the circle. And if you watched the video before this one, you have had a story of circumference and the round table. And it explained how things are in reference to the characteristics. So remember, a radius is the line segment that starts at the center of a circle and ends on the edge of a circle. So here's my center and here's the edge. Okay. A diameter is a line segment that starts on one edge of a circle, passes through the center, and ends at the other edge. So here's one edge of the circle, the center, the other edge. It passes straight through it, regardless wherever it's at on the circle. Okay? So remember, when we're talking about circles, here's some things you need to know. Talking about circles, they're not always going to say radius spelled all the way out or diameter spelled all the way out. They will abbreviate. So in this case, R stands for the radius, and D stands for the diameter. Okay, so remember that if you see an R when it's referring to circles, you're talking about the radius. D, you're talking about the diameter. Okay, so first important thing when we're talking about radiuses and their relationships to diameters, 2 radius equals 1 diameter. Remember, 2 radius equals 1 diameter. Okay, how to make a radius a diameter? We multiply the radius by 2. We multiply the radius by 2. So my formula would be D for diameter is equal to 2 times R, where R stands for radius. Okay? D equals 2 times R. So, example 1. If I look at this circle, I start at the center, and I go to my end point here. That is a radius. What it's asking me is, if I were to go all the way across, meaning from here to here, which now is a diameter, how long would it be? So D for diameter is equal to 2 times R. D is equal to 2 times 3.5. If I type that in my calculator or do hand math, 2 times 3.5 is equal to 7. So 7 centimeters would be my diameter for this circle. Okay. Example 2. Same thing. If I come here, it's at the center, and it goes through the end point, which makes it a radius. Remember, when you have a radius, the number that's beside the radius is how long it is. Like the first problem, I want to take the radius and figure out if it was a diameter, how long would it be? So D is equal to 2 times R. D is equal to 2 times 13. So the diameter of this circle is 26 meters. 2 times 13 is 26. Example 3. My radius is 5. I want to know the diameter. D is equal to 2 times R. D is equal to 2 times 5. So my diameter is equal to 10 meters. Okay? So now, let's talk about the opposite. So we said 2 radius equals 1 diameter. So that means now 1 diameter is equal to 2 radius. 1 diameter is equal to 2 radius. Okay? So how do I make a diameter a radius? Okay, meaning referring to halfway through the circle. We divide the diameter by 2. We divide the diameter by 2. My formula for that would be R for radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. R for radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. So, example 1. If I look at this circle, the line goes all the way across it. Like my definition said, it starts on one end point, goes through the center, and ends at another end point on the circle. That's what makes it a diameter. My measurement on the inside, the number beside the line or the diameter is 10 centimeters. Okay. So if I do my formula, radius, and what it means by finding the radius is, I want to know instead of all the way across, how long is it halfway across, which I highlighted in yellow is the radius. Okay, so R for radius is equal to D. I said my diameter is 10 divided by 2. If I do my math, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the radius is 5 centimeters. The radius is 5 centimeters. Example 2. My diameter is 6 because it goes all the way across. It tells me 6 is the measurement. If I use my formula, R is equal to diameter divided by 2. R is equal to 6 divided by 2. R for the radius is equal to 3 units, okay? It doesn't have centimeters, inches, feet, yards, miles, minutes, whatever. So when I don't have a specific measurement, I say units, okay? And remember, the radius is halfway across from one end point to the middle of the circle. Example 3. Okay. So my radius here is 5. If I use my formula, radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. Radius is equal to 5 divided by 2. The radius of the circle is equal to 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 centimeters. And remember, radius is halfway through the circle from one end point. Please be sure to take your notes so you can turn them in.